Hi, this is Amy with your sewing room solution. Your throat plate or your presser foot plate has several names. It's whatever covers your feed teeth on your sewing machine. Now there's several different types of them and there's different sizes depending on the sewing machine you have. So I have two different sizes here and yours may look a little different, but what I want to show you in the difference is very important, and they're available for any brand or any type of sewing machine. Now what you want to see in the throat plate is the actual opening of the throat plate. What you want to see in the throat plate is most of them come with a standard oval opening, and that opening can be anywhere from 5 millimeter to 7 millimeter, and it's an opening that your needle goes through the center. Okay, now they have a single hole throat plate that is available for quilting, or it's also available when you're working with very fine fabrics. Even quilt piecers like them. Have you ever tried to start to sew with like an oval opening throat plate and the fabric gets pulled down to the inside and you say a few bad words because the fabric's been sucked down inside there? The single hole throat plate will correct that for you. So you might want to purchase a single hole throat plate. I always buy one for my sewing machine as an extra. Some manufacturers throw them in depending on what brand you have. The other thing that you need to be worried about with your throat plate, not worried about, it's an option. Some sewing machine throat plates are metric, and some people don't do metric very well. They're done in millimeters, and some people don't convert millimeters very well. They have English throat plates are done in inches. So you can have an oval throat plate in inches, a single hole throat plate with inches, or you can have a single hole or an oval in millimeters. Totally up to you. But what you need to be careful of is the care of that throat plate. If you are a needle breaker, which means when you sew, your hands in the front and your hands in the back, and you're yanking your way through your fabric, pulling, and you break needles and break needles and break needles, after a while your throat plate gets damaged. It gets lots of chunks picked out of the back, and then you get your emery board and you sand away because it's all rough. What happens is that thickness gets real thin, and that actually changes the engineering of that throat plate. Your machine starts to sound noisy, and it also starts to break a lot of threads. And that becomes frustrating. There's nothing worse on this earth than broken threads every couple stitches. And that includes embroidery. Now for embroidery, I use a single hole throat plate only. It's standard. That's what I put on with the compression foot, the one that your manufacturer recommends, because it prevents what we call flagging. When you have a single hole throat plate and you put the needle down through the hole, there's no room for the hoop and the fabric to bounce up and down, and that's called flagging. So you get a much smoother run and less tension on the thread as it's going up and down from the bobbin case to the top of the needle. So that's always a perfect option for embroidery. So I'm going to show you the differences in the throat plates and also what a bad throat plate looks like that needs to be replaced. And I will tell you, I always keep a spare throat plate in the back of my sewing cabinet, because you never know when you're going to take a chip off of one, or you have an option that maybe you've got a piece of fabric that's just not cooperating, that you need that single hole throat plate. On this particular throat plate, this is what you don't want to see. This is one that's been sanded and sanded and sanded, all those needle marks away. And what's happened over time, it's gotten very rough inside this opening, and the needle and thread catch in here and just causes you grief. It doesn't do you any good, it doesn't save you any time, and over time it doesn't save you any money, because mechanically it just damages things underneath of the throat plate as time goes on. This little guy right here, you can see this has a 6 millimeter opening that we talked about, and you can see this is marked off. This is an English throat plate. It's marked off in half inches and inches, and its little sister has the single hole, and this is what we talked about, and this is what I use for embroidery, and this is what I use for my quilt piecing, and when I'm sewing lightweight fabrics like silks and satins and things I don't want pulled down inside this hole. So no matter what kind of sewing you do, no matter what kind of sewing machine you have these opportunities for your sewing machine. So take advantage of them. If you have a frustration with your sewing machine, whether it's broken needles, you're not getting the correct stitch width or the correct stitch seam allowance on your sewing machine, or you're unable to read it, you're having some sort of problem like that, by all means, see your sewing machine dealer. That's what they're there for. And you may be just as simple as having the wrong throat plate or a damaged throat plate. So take advantage of the education that your sewing machine dealer trains for, and stop in and check out and see what kind of throat plates they have for your particular brand of sewing machine. And they are brand specific, so make sure you see the dealer you bought your sewing machine from. Remember, this is your Sewing Room Solutions.